I cannot believe how many yogurt raisins I've lost out on over all these years.
Now you got to make it back.
It's my goal in life.
You should aim higher than that.
I don't have much life left.
What? Don't do that.
Welcome back to Talking Story. This is John Minton. I can't believe you're here. I'm so happy you're here. That is my literary wingman, the boy wonder to my booktube Batman.
Dan Wells.
No, but let me tell you, okay, first of all, let me just say, I'm so happy you guys are here. Weekly Reader is amazing. It's one of our favorite things we do. Week in, week out, we get to hang out and talk about what we've been reading. We grab a frosty beverage, and I hope your weeks were amazing, stress-free, wonderful times with your family, and 5-star reads were just bountiful for your week. And Dan Wells here, you saying that, look at this. This right here,
Uh-huh.
This is my Geppetto smile because I think we have huge announcements. I think you're like a real booktuber. I think you're like a real book.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I think, don't take my Geppetto moment away. Don't take the blue fairy has come. Look, the blue fairy has come down. She has touched you. You have finished a book.
I will say I have finished a book. It is relatively small, but it didn't take me the whole month to do it. So I can get other things done this month as well. And maybe I'll have a everything we read this month video at the end of this month where I can participate and I've read things.
Don't harsh my mellow. The blue fairy, you're a real booktuber. She touched you with the wand. Ew, that sounds wrong.
Don't do it. There's got to be a better way to do that.
The stranger danger for the blue fairy running around touching people with wands. Let's etch a sketch and shake that.
Yeah,
Let's get that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, here we go. So yeah, you're a real booktuber. You finished a book. You finished, and thanks again one more time to Josh O'Brien for sending this to both of us now. And you can say what you thought of it.
I really loved it. I found that I actually, and maybe I had a problem with myself at the beginning of it, I think, because I was coming off of Slade House, which I had just finished.
Let me stop you right there and say a problem with yourself, absolutely warranted.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Slade House is like so delicate and meticulously built, and everything is very calculated. This is just fun. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. Don't read too much into it. Just kind of have a good time, like a 80s slasher movie, and turn your brain off. I was not prepared to do that at the beginning. But once there was a big shift and things turned kind of supernatural, I had to kind of reset myself. And then after that, I was able to have a good time. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's that Snicker bar read, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's that nougaty, caramely goodness. It's just sweet fun, man.
I will say I was confused by the ending because there's 6 books.
Yes.
How is there a sequel? I don't.
There's a sequel.
I don't know if that's set up very well.
Okay,
Oh, did I cut out for a second?
Okay, you cut out there for a second. So you don't see how a sequel is set up very well.
No. I don't know how a sequel can happen.
I think in true artist fashion, I think when Dan Wells typed the end, he didn't know there were other books coming maybe.
Gotcha.
So he wanted to tie everything up and give you a feeling, a good feeling about the book. But what I can say about book 2 is, there's absolutely a sequel set up. All the things that happen in book 1, they make a tab, and that tab comes due in book 2.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I will swap out with you book 1 and book 2, and you can have that. But I think next you're on the Sanderson catch-up train. You're gonna do some Brandon Sanderson before we hit Dragonsteel, right? This is the plan?
I'm gonna try. Here's the thing, and I hope we're not derailing Weekly Reader too bad right now. The audiobook for Emperor's Soul, which was recommended to me by a commenter, is free on Spotify. So I tried it out. I think I just don't like Sanderson's writing. It's not grabbing me. So okay. I'm going to try, because I'd feel really bad if we went to Dragonsteel and I haven't read anything by the guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can make a promise. I might have to pull an Andrew, the wizard himself, and back out. You pull that wizard ripcord if it's not working for you. I may.
There's too many great Too many great books out there to just, you know, I'm going to ride this right into the ditch, whether I like it or not. There's no reason for that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
so I'll get you
I know
book 2.
you read more stuff this week than I did.
I did read more stuff this week, but I can't talk about a lot of it. So it's cool we can spend a little bit of time on what you got going on.
Okay, all right.
And look, my Geppetto smile is back.
Why is that?
You're a real booktuber because your first order was placed at
Broken
Binding. Yes. What did you step up for? What is going to adorn those shelves?
You very gracefully gave me a code to get the first 3 Sun Eater that they're doing at Broken Binding. I cannot wait to have that. They look incredible.
I cannot. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to touch your books.
Same thing as the fairy. You've got to find new ways to say things. This is.
I'm going to have to look at those. I absolutely want to look at those. Those look gorgeous, and I'm so excited.
I'll bring
for
them
you to
over
get
and
those.
we'll record like an unboxing or something. But,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So, hey, I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you're enjoying Story, and I know you're going to love Sun Eater. That's the kind of meticulous prose that you dig, that you have to dig into and truly focus. That's your jam, and I know you're going to love that.
It is. It's been calling my name. I can't wait to get to it.
Yeah, I know you're going to love it. So, what did I read this week? I did wrap up and finish the Quilluminati read. Quilluminati, for those of you that don't know, is a little bit of a book club between me and Mike over at Mike's Book Review, Brian Bell at BellTube. This was all Brian Bell's brainchild, by the way, and Dr. Philip Chase at the Best of Fantasy. And we kind of, once a quarter, we all get together and we read something that might be maybe not quite on our radar. Maybe it's not like a big fantasy series or something like that. So maybe out of our comfort area a little bit. This choice was Mike's. Mike's chose this book. And one of his favorite kind of stories is a coming of age story. And a lot of his folks and viewers and fans of the channel, which we all are, we're all big fans of Mike, told him, hey, this is it for you, man. You're going to love this. So he went ahead and chose it. And I have read this.
What'd you think?
I can't say much. I can't say a whole lot about it because, I mean, I want everyone to tune in to the Quilluminati live stream with all 4 of us when we completely break this down, I think spoiler free and then spoiler and everything. So I don't want to say too much. Look, I will say this.
Okay.
You can see it. Maybe you can't see. I'll tell you. It won this is Ordinary Grace. I probably haven't said the title all the way up to now, right?
You have not.
We're talking about Ordinary Grace by William Kent Kruger. And this won the Edgar Award. So you know right away if it won the Edgar Award, there's going to be a mystery. A little bit of a mystery going on. It did not disappoint there. It did have a mystery. It had a mystery to the point where I thought I had it figured out. And then right before the final shoe dropped, I went, no, it's not that, it's this, which was a great feeling. And I will also say a couple times, I got a little allergic.
To what?
I got it. It was something happened with my eyes, and I'm gonna think it was pollen. I'm just gonna go out and say I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you're making excuses now.
I'm not. Look. There was a couple times that I think there was an air quality situation where I was reading this book that caused something to happen with my eyeballs.
It's called crying, and this is a safe space, Dad.
Look, I you know me, I'll cry at a commercial.
You
if it's,
and have.
Yeah, many a time. So I'll own it, absolutely. I absolutely got misty. I got misty by... we were talking on DM through you know, I guess X as the kids call it now.
We don't have to call it that.
Yeah, I don't want to. We were talking through DM, and it's like people were like, I don't know, it's not hitting me. It's like, I got misty by chapter 2. Like chapter 2, I had to, yeah, I'm misty. It's chapter 2. I've already lost it. What can I say?
I did see that Mike said something like, really, I didn't even get misty till like the middle or the end or something like that.
But you know what? It got my guy Mike by the end, he said.
Mike's a kind of a stone-faced dude. I'm surprised it got him.
But you know who the android, Brian Bell.
Did it get Brian?
No. Brian Bell.
What?
Who we now affectionately call Data. Data Bell was not affected.
It just rolled off.
In that way. He might have been affected in a myriad of other ways. But look, the prose, there are some moments that I had to, just absolutely delicious. There's so many things that are amazing about this book. I can't wait to talk about them. I would love to tell you right now, but I think I'm going to hold back. I think I'm not going to say too much because I want everyone to tune in to Dr. Chase's channel. We'll catch up to it here when we get to it, but it's this Thursday at 8 o'clock. We're going to talk about this. So I don't want to go too deep into it, except Mike, you made a great choice, my brother. I did really enjoy this. What an interesting sidetrack down a little road that I will love this month, because I have stacks of other stuff that aren't like this, and I really appreciate the choice, and I appreciated the emotional moments it gave me.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, 100%. It was great. So when I finished that, what can I say? It was time to pick up the big boy.
That's massive.
Ryan Cahill. Yes, Ryan Cahill's Of War and Ruin. I'm gonna say by the end of the day I should be around 550 pages in. So I'll be an ooch over half of this one.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah. I have ordered a mini crane, so there was a couple dicey moments when I was reading in bed when it got, but
I'm gonna flatten
I think
your
I'm
nose.
just, you know what? Nothing would make me happier.
Well, how'd you like it? Or so far, at least.
Here's for me, this is thrilling on a couple levels.
Okay.
Because you know how I love the indie movement, the self-pub movement, whichever you want to describe it as. These people that they're not gonna answer to any gatekeeper to get their art out there and find an audience. They're just gonna find the chair and create, right? And then wear all the different hats that it takes to wear to get their work out there and find an audience. So to go on an artist journey with someone like that has that type of dedication and drive for their creativity to get it across the finish line and get it into your hands is special to me just from the get-go. But as we now get into like the third massive book, I've done a couple of novellas and this is the third main book. To see the strides that he's taking as a craftsperson in his writing, to see his imagery start to really connect with me more so than book one, to see him start to subvert tropes that he might have leaned on or relied on in the beginning, still taking them, still using them, but then putting so much of his own topspin on it that you just can't, there's no way you can return that serve. You don't even see where it's going to go, you much less be able to return it or see what's around the next corner. Also, his work with characters. Now, he always had this from the beginning for me because I just think he's that natural-born storyteller, and he can start to spin a yarn that you absolutely have to know or want to know what this character is going to get into next. But his work now in the emotional layers of these characters, that was one of the things I was missing a little bit of in books 1 and 2. Is this a grand story on a grand tapestry in a fully realized world that has history and lore and things from that history and lore bubbling up to this moment and causing a high stakes level of destiny that these characters have to rise to? All that was completely there. But sometimes I wanted some slowdown moments. I wanted some emotional investment in these characters as they slow down and talk to each other. This book is not only giving me that, but it's actually weaving those moments into the plot. The plot becomes reliant upon where they are emotionally, where that character arc has taken them in their emotional journey from becoming a child or someone immature to a full-grown man or woman, and how their experiences from the plot earlier on has progressed them emotionality to this point, and the emotionality in this point is going to affect everything going forward. So not only that, but his growing, and I was struck by this in the last book, where I thought, ooh, I love this social mirror that he's starting to employ here. I'm starting to see really important themes that we deal with in our own world of war and the toll it takes, and displacement of peoples after battles, and where those people, how much help they will need, how they can get a next start, refugeeism, I guess, if you will, that we absolutely are having to deal with, not only from wars, but for all types of reasons in our world, natural disasters and things like this. Themes like this that are absolutely very important to the world I live in, that my compassion meter goes off the chart when I see these stories. Now he's starting to look at these with a very interesting way, an interesting philosophy, and he's starting to make me think about my own world as I get sunk into his, which is another gear he's gotten down into that I didn't necessarily see from book one or the first novella, but I think he has grown those abilities and added those tools to his toolbox, where now, by book three, we're dealing with some themes about what is your personal truth? What is your personal reality? In these days where I know in this country, I know he lives in New Zealand. I'm not sure what it's like there, but I'm sure he's a very observant viewer of the world, because I can tell that from his work. We find ourselves kind of in our own bubble and oftentimes separated from each other because we're believing in what our own realities feel like or seem like, and we can get ourselves in an echo chamber and have that reverberated back to us like, yes, we are right, absolutely. So this is the same thing. It's kind of dealing with some of the dangers of that. Sophistry or philosophy used to bolster up your personal truth. Is there a cost to those around you if you completely buy into that? What would that cost be? And then when you start expand that from personal truth out into trappings of faith, like religion or nationalities, or once you start buying into these things, how does that draw that line between us? What does that line do? And how can that possibly lead us sometimes to war and ruin? So some of these themes I'm finding quite deep, quite topical. A wonderful use of the social mirror employed in fantasy that I can apply to my real world, and just all of these tools that he's adding to his box or his belt as he becomes more and more of a craftsman, I'm just absolutely really appreciating. And forget about it when you talk about set pieces, like huge moment set pieces, and I'm not going to say any here because I certainly don't want to cause any spoilers, but he always had that. But even now, more so, I mean, as the canvas expands and we add more characters and we add more lands and we add more cities for this entire world that is in this moment of civil unrest and chaos, as the status quo of this empire will no longer hold. It's starting to fall apart. We started at the beginning at the novella of the empire falling apart and a new one ascending from that. And now we're starting to see, after hundreds of years, how this one is starting to fray and decay, and the things they've relied upon as far as all those themes I talked about earlier are starting to unravel a little bit, and people are starting to step up and question. Or actually, it's been years in the making as you see the lore unravel. This stepping up and pushing back on the empire has been happening for years, but at this moment, at this time, we're really getting a foothold as far as the revolution goes. So we have these huge set pieces, but now these huge set pieces are also tied to the emotional moment of each of these characters that we're following, and I just have to say I'm so enjoying this trip. Sometimes you get into a book like this and it can go one of two ways, right? It's like, maybe I should do a couple chapters of this and I just want a different flavor. I just want to pick up something else because I'm getting bogged down. It's just so many pages, right? I'm not feeling that at all. When I want to read, when I want to escape, when I want to have a little bit of story mainlined or injected into my life, right now there's only one book I want to pick up. I'm not feeling that need to go a different way or look for some different flavor. I absolutely am drawn back every time to this massive book. So I cannot wait to finish it. I cannot wait to get together with our buddy Reed and talk about every bit of it, which I'm sure we're going to put together probably beginning of next month or something, because everyone reads at a different speed and has different things going on and everything, so we have to give plenty of time for everyone to get through this. So I will be wrapped up with this before we're back together here for Weekly Reader next week. So what will I pick up after that? It is time for our Cosmere catch-up read.
Ooh.
Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. Look, his writing works for me. I'm not having that problem. I understand what you're saying, but I'm really looking forward to this because the dude's a romantic. My guy has a soft underbelly because that's around his heart, and his heart beats double fast when it comes to all things love and amore, I think. And I can't wait to read this because it's a little bit of a love story from what I understand. And I dig his love stories. I dig his couples. I absolutely root for them. Vin and Eland and Steris and Waxilium. Just over and over again in several of these books, I've gone, you know what? Oh, and Warbreaker too. Over and over in these books, he gives me a relationship that I absolutely find myself rooting for. And people tell me this is the same, and it's one of his best, so I can't wait to get to it. So I probably won't be done with this by next Sunday, but I will be well into it. I'll be well close to the ending of this by next Sunday.
I'm excited to see what you think of that one.
Oh, me too. And what a come on, that is just gorgeous.
It's the prettiest of the Secret Projects covers, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just, I'm a sucker for blue.
Yeah.
Or is that purple? Right?
It's both. You got a little purplish red at the top and blue on the bottom. It's a real good contrast. I love it.
You know my color ability.
0. You have none.
Yeah, I have none. Maybe we'll have a telethon and people can help me buy
Teach you
color ability. Yeah, okay. We'll do that. We'll set up a phone bank and do that in the future. So other than that, what are we going to do? Let's get into what we did last week on the channel. It was an amazing week. We wrapped up everything for the month of August.
You did, and there was a lot.
There was a lot.
I mean, you shouldn't be surprised. You read it.
There was a lot. Yeah. It's absolutely a lot. So let's go over what we did. Do you remember exactly?
I mean, you wrapped up everything in August, and then you did a book haul.
Man, I'm telling you, the Geppetto smile is back. It's like you're on it, man.
My brain turns on after I read. That's what it is.
It's this is stunning. This is an amazing weekly reader for me. I am shocked and stunned. Yes, absolutely. Tuesday, we wrapped up everything we read in the month of August. And I think it was like 8 books or something.
It was a lot.
Yeah. I mean, we talked for way too long. I had kind of cotton mouth at the end.
Well, both of the videos last week were super long because the book haul was crazy as well.
The book haul was absolutely crazy. And we had to thank so many amazing people that want to share their stories with us. And send us a little something, including artists, authors, and publishers, and just friends and subscribers and fans of the channel, and all that. So that's one of our favorite things to do, is to thank everybody and go through all the amazing goodies that we get. It's so exciting to me. It's like, it's Christmas Day once a month here.
It is.
It feels like.
But I think you bought 7 or 8 books as well.
Okay, we don't have to go into that.
We do.
We don't have to look. I had a little bit. This is not a haul video. You can't make me feel bad week after week after week because
I'm gonna try. There's nowhere for these books to go. I know very well that the closet to your left is filled with books. There's no shelf in there. It's just books because there's nowhere for them to go.
This is not your house anymore.
It wasn't before.
You don't have to worry about what's in my closet. I'm going to fill up every closet in this house with books. That's my goal.
Although exciting, we will be building the new shelf very soon.
Oh, yes. We will be. That is going to be exciting. So we'll have some double the real estate.
Yeah. It'll be great. I'm excited to see how it all looks.
Yeah, so that will be awesome. So, hey, you know what? Let's talk logistics about that, you and me. And while we do that, let's take a quick break. Hey, just a quick break from the show to say a very special thank you to all of our correspondents, our directors, and our producers here that help us build the channel. Together, they do so many things. They help us make decisions. They help us keep the lights on and keep rolling, all the way up to taking over our channel once a month and getting their content on our channel. if you're interested and able, you have any questions about it, right down there in the description box under the Patreon link, you can find out all about it. And just a very special thank you to all of these people. Now, back to the show. Okay, we got plans. So we'll share those plans later. They're kind of exciting.
They're very exciting. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But maybe we'll turn on a little bit of a. Should I spoil? Maybe we'll turn on a little bit of a live stream while we build.
Yeah, you can tease a little bit. Well,
yeah, maybe we'll.
Maybe everyone can hang out.
Maybe we'll talk to some people while we try to follow directions and build shelves.
I have a feeling that this is going to go one of two ways. Either I'm going to be building the bookcase or you're going to be building the bookcase.
Yes.
And I have a feeling that if you're building the bookcase, there's going to be a lot of swearing.
I mean, we could quite possibly be demonetized if I do it because
I think you would.
You know the lexicon of me when I pick up tools.
I don't know. So the Elden Ring stream went okay. Maybe we'll be all right.
Man, that was still tough when I think back about that. So hey, let's get into what we got coming this week because this week is going to be awesome.
What do we got?
This week is going to be awesome. All right, here we go. Our Tuesday video, we are going to be joined by Bibliogoddess 912?
Yes.
I can never get these numbers right.
It's
okay.
912.
Bibliogoddess 912 herself, Amanda. We have hijacked her TBR. We had an interview with her. We picked a book for her. We sent her that book. She has read that book, and she is going to come on Tuesday. We are going to find out everything she thought about that book, and I cannot wait. I think I hit it out of the park.
Do you want to tease like what book you picked for her, or you want to keep it all under wraps?
Let's keep it under wraps.
Okay.
Let's keep it under wraps. It's a little bit off the beaten path of a choice, but oh, so good. So good. And I think it might be one of her favorite books now.
Really? Wow, you did very well.
I think so. Like, I think I did that good. And already reached out to our next TBR hijack. So keep your eyes open for that coming up. So what are we going to do Thursday to follow that up? Ooh, it's book club with the missus.
Ooh, okay.
And I know what everybody's saying that's around is going, what? Wait, you didn't announce a book for book club with the missus. We haven't read it. How can we be ready? We haven't. There was no announcement. It's a very special book club with the missus.
How is that?
She is going to sit right here at this desk. I probably will be off to the side, like maybe way off to the side with some tape over my mouth. She is going to unleash her first top 10 list.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. She is going to say, here are some stories of the fantastical that may not be on the aisles that we always go to, our comfort zone. They may be over in the literary section or somewhere else, but they're absolutely so worth seeking out and searching out and trying out. And she's going to have a top 10 list of those titles for you. And I cannot wait for her to do her first top 10 list.
So it'll be like an off the beaten path lit fantasy kind of list.
Fantastical fiction off the beaten path. Something like that, yeah.
All right. That'll be fun. I'm excited for that.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So that's going to be very exciting for Thursday. And normally, right here is where I would say, yeah, and then we'll be right back here next Sunday for Weekly Reader. But there's more. But, we absolutely will.
We're deleting the channel.
No, but there's more.
What more is happening?
There's more. Wait a minute. Let me look at the calendar. Because...
Are you wrong?
I mean, let's not be... Okay, a week from today, we may not do Weekly Reader if we do the live stream while we're building shelves. That might be the Sunday we do that.
Yeah.
So, we'll announce that if we for sure do it. Okay, but here we go. There's more. There's extra because Thursday the 12th at 8 o'clock on the Best of Fantasy, Dr. Philip Chase's, will be the Quilluminati gathering. Me, Mike, Brian, Dr. Chase, we all talked about it before. We're going to go over Ordinary Grace in depth. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk. We don't know what shenanigans the Quilluminati will get up to. But there will be shenanigans.
It will be entertaining. I'm sure that can be promised.
There's no way with Brian Data Bell that it's not going to be entertaining.
Well, maybe you can get him to cry on stream.
Oh, if I would actually poke him with a stick if I was close. All right, here. But there's still more.
What more do you have?
Hey, our amazing friend Jake that started his channel, Nerd Level Rising. If you haven't subbed yet, check it out. You go on there and automatically you feel your nerd level, just like you took a potion. It's going to go right back to the top 100%. So we're going to be on his channel. I'm going to be his first guest when he wants to talk to some other booktubers, and he reached out and asked me to be his first guest. I couldn't be more thrilled. And Friday night, the 13th, Friday the 13th.
Oh, unlucky. Wait, maybe you're going to ruin it.
I could quite possibly bring his channel down. I hope not.
I do too. I mean, I think it's so cool that you're going on there. Like,
oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to hang out with Jake. So 8 o'clock, Friday the 13th, Nerd Level Rising. I will be his first guest on what he's calling NLR Together.
That's a sweet name.
Isn't it? Isn't it? So, and then Sunday, kind of watch the community tab or something. I think we might announce that we maybe we'll do a little bit of a live as we put these shelves together, as opposed to doing a weekly reader this coming Sunday. What do you feel about that?
I feel good about that. That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. I think, you know, we pop on for an hour and a half while we put these shelves together.
I will say that if we do, be prepared that it's probably not going to look great. Like it's going to be a very wide angle camera in an empty room and probably a lot of echo, but it'll still be a good time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll just do weekly reader. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
It'll be fun either way.
We'll figure it out. One way or another, we're going to have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. If we do weekly reader, you'd at least be here in the studio. We could jump in and do it real quick.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Because, you know, we're here building shelves together.
Right. Yeah.
So it'll be a special a special Sunday somehow, some way. Other than that, hey, what I've been watching? Let me tell you what I've been watching. Nothing.
Really? Okay.
You know what? If I have moments, I've kind of had a week at work, and I know, you know, from time to time we have that. We come home, we feel like we got a little ook on us. It's been a bit of a week for me, so I've tried to just come home and really hang out and enjoy an Amy and sit and talk and just kind of get the ook off me and really enjoy some time with my wife. And then if I have time for story, I just haven't felt like reaching for the remote. I've truly just, every chance I get, I've really felt like hitting Etheria and going back to this world and kind of checking in with all the amazing characters that are going through what they're going through. So I think I'm an episode behind Bad Monkey Mal. I haven't even kept up with the one show that I was watching. So I've watched absolutely nothing.
Well, good for you for taking the time to enjoy yourself and relax.
So you know what? There are weeks like that, and there are weeks like that. Sometimes you can't even get anything read. You can't get anything watched. You can't get anything read. That's absolutely okay. The amazing thing about story, the amazing thing about art and what it brings to your life is it will always be there when you are able to reach out for it. If you've got a week going on and you can't reach out for it, when things slow down, it will still be there. It will still be beautiful. It will still be touching. It'll still be a shortcut to the empathy and compassion that you need to bring into your life. So don't beat yourself up if you couldn't get to something this week. Just maybe look forward to when time slowed down enough to where you can get it into your life, because story is everything. Get it in your life. Your life will be way more full. And I think you can echo that this week, right?
Oh,
Mr.
Yeah.
Finished a book.
You're like the Mr. Rogers of BookTube. This is great.
You know what? I was so tempted to reach down and swap out my slippers.
Yeah, you should come in with like a nice red sweater. We should get a shot of you like hanging up your hat, putting a red sweater on.
I should do it. It's a wonderful day with a bookshelf. It's a wonderful day to read about elves.
We'll get Brian to do the whole jingle.
Yeah, we'll get Brian to do the whole jingle. So that's it for us this week. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you're still here, you're book people, and that means in my book, you're the best people. But before you go, hey, take a little second and leave us a comment. What were you able to get to this week? What did you get read this week? We love comments here. Whole reason we started the channel was to hang out and talk books with people that love books, love the kind of books that we love. Leave a comment there. I'm going to answer them as quickly as humanly possible. While you're down there, that little thumbs up, oh, hit that. Hey, oh, hit that. It helps us do everything. It helps us reach new people. It helps us meet new friends. It helps us grow the channel in so many ways. And it's so easy to do. It's just a little click, and you've helped us out a great deal. And speaking of that, the other thing that's down there, you know, maybe this is your first time checking out Weekly Reader. It's like, for some reason, it's like, what did this doofus get up to in a week? Or maybe you've been here a time or two and you haven't hit that subscription button yet. Look, exciting things in academia right now. We are starting to get first drafts of a peer-reviewed panel, of a paper they're putting together that proves scientifically, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that when you hit that subscription button, when you find a group that you feel like you belong to, that maybe brings a little smile, maybe a chuckle to your life, maybe makes you think about, oh, I should look up that book, that sounds really good. Maybe these kind of things, this kind of group mentality and belonging gives you, what does it give you, son?
Nothing. That paper's not complete yet.
It gives you, oh so much. It gives you a tingle. Hit that button. Takes no time. Boop, microsecond. You're done. And what's that? I felt it. It was there. It exists. It exists. It is going to be real. We are bringing it into the Gestalt. This group that we are building, this community that we are building, the amazing Gestalt of all of us, the collective subconscious of all of us together, willing the good feeling of the tingle when you hit that button makes it a reality. We define our reality through story. We define our reality through our representation of ourselves and the world and how we see it. That tingle is real. Hit the button, find out, and very soon you will have no leg to stand on, because this paper, I already read a piece of it to you.
You sound like a cult leader when you do this whole thing. This social experiment of talking a story has gone too far, by the way, for someone to be spending this much time writing a PhD level peer-reviewed paper about you get a tingle when you hit a button. This is crazy to me.
It is a little
yeah, you can't deny it.
I can't. You know what? And who knows why I ever said it gives you a tingle? I don't know. I say so many things, and I can't remember what I said 3 days in the future, because I say so many things. And why that ever came out of my mouth the first time, I don't know. But let me tell you, I was tuned into something, because it's truth.
I don't know about that. Until the paper is complete.
You're going to have to give it up when this paper is complete.
You know what? I will give it up when the paper is complete. For the man that has written that paper, when it's done, I will give it up.
And the other PhDs that are going to peer review it, look, I can't thank you guys enough. You're making something special happen, because you're making the tingle. They're making the tingle.
The community is doing it.
Yeah, we have no control over it. That's it. Oh my gosh, that's it for us. We've gone on too long, I can already tell. Hey, so excited for you. My Geppetto smile's back. So excited for you.
Excited for
I'll
you.
get you that. I will get you book 2, my friend.
Okay. I will read.
All right. All right. I know you will. I know you will. Everyone, I hope you have a wonderful week coming up. I hope it's full of 5-star reads. And I hope we will see you right back here next Sunday, and through all the videos of the week that we got coming your way. We'll either be live or we'll both be in studio. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Figure it out.
We'll see what happens. We'll figure it out. Thanks so much. My name is John Minton, and that is
Brian Bell. That one sounds like it came out of nowhere, but he sent me a lovely DM after I used his name last week and said I can use it anytime. So I will. I'm Brian Bell.
You know what? I gotta say, you're a stone-faced kid. You have no emotion either.
Oh, you're right.
So I'm gonna let you have it.
I'll take it.
If he's Data, you would have to be like Spock or something. So I'm gonna go with it. I'm totally gonna let you have that one.
I'll be Brian Bell any day.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. I gotta say, he's a high point for me. That is it for us. We will see you next week right here on Talking Story.